Hello, in this video we will discuss about the gerontology lesson is the health maintaining physiology and the prevention of disease. So let's begin to understand from the initial step. So important things you should know is the effect of the external environment is very important for the individual to cause disease or to maintain the health. So in this way, here is the person which that contain internal body and internal physiology, while the external can be a UV light, radiation from the sunlight, temperature, cold or warm. On the other hand, the food influence to the body, exercise and sleep. This all things will affect to the body, that is known as the external uh, stimulus. For example, we will not sleep too much, so in this way the destruction will be occur, and the 8 hours should be uh, good sleep. So the exercise is very important for the normal physiology in our body, for the normal growth, hormone production after the exercise, etc. So here the tissue of body, which contain a nucleus, and nucleus contain DNA. Inside is the DNA is the basically is the acetylation or methylation wheel, the oncogene suppressor region active. So this active due to the acetylation. So after this is the epigenetics. This is the epigenetics, and the oncogenes will be inhibited by the activation of the oncogene suppressor region by amethylation. Will lead to exercise. Will give the positive effect of the activation of the oncogene suppressor region, as well as the diet, sleep, and happiness and fasting. We will discuss also what is the fasting. So here is the cell. We will take the cell, and we will understand about the cellular uh, structure. So here the mitosis will be occur to reproduce the cell itself. By a 7 to 8 hour sleep is give the mitosis more and complete diet, as well as exercise and refreshment, while the complete diet can be carbs, protein, vitamin and minerals. So the mitosis will high, so the growth of body improve. If we will do good lifestyle, we can maintain aging and live longer, 11 years more in actual. So that is important things we should need. So the growth hormone is very important for the cell division and the cell proliferation, but at the limit range. So in this way, here is the fasting is very important for the autophagy. So the recycling of the cell, cancer cell decrease, proliferation and mTOR inhibition, and inhibition of the mTOR pathway, which that will lead to proliferate and cause the cancer cell progression. So here is the water cleaning. 3 to 5 liter in hot water will with clean should be drink for the hydration of the cell for normal biochemistry. So let's begin to understand about the stress and environmental effect to our brain, to our physiology, our body. So the higher brain cortex is here, and here is contain a pituitary gland and hypothalamus. Hypothalamus will contain a adenocortical releasing hormone which stimulate if the stress in the environment, job problem, fighting and genetics. And on the other hand, the environment can be diseases, inflammation, traumatic stress, and drug abusing. These all things will lead to give the higher brain cortex signal from the outer environment to stimulate the hypothalamus to produce the adenocorticotropic releasing hormone during the sympathetic nervous system, while the parasympathetic nervous system will be inactivated. So the hypothalamus will lead to stimulate the adenohypophysis of the pituitary gland to release the adenocorticotropic hormone. This adenocorticotropic hormone that decrease the cortisol to improve health, but by yoga and prayer, social interaction, busy with your happiness, involving family, play some games, eat healthy, try to calm down. These all things will lead to inhibit the adenocorticotropic hormone. But this is the destructive hormone produced during the sympathetic nervous system will inhibit the growth hormone production. So in this way the cell division will not more as compared to the cell death. So on the other hand, the adrenal gland will contain adrenal gland receptor. Adrenocorticotropic receptor will bind and to stimulate the cortisol. While in the case of the low cortisol, it's to increase the insulin and growth hormone. But when the cortisol hormone production will be increased, so in this way the cortisol will be trigger the pancreas to stimulate the glucagon production. So the function of glucagon is the opposite to the insulin and growth hormone, will lead to diabetes 2, type 2, and growth hormone decrease, degradation, hyperglycemia, as well as aging. So this all thing is due to the glucagon will decrease also the bone density. And this all thing is related to the health issue problem after the long term stress as well as the long term bad eating habit. So the normal health means the body weight and body bone density and disease resistance property. So here is that there are many diseases in the world caused due to the these problems is chronic pulmonary trachea, bronchus, lungs, and diabetes mellitus 2, 1, Alzheimer's disease, dehydration, due to the diarrhea, and tuberculosis, cirrhosis, and pneumonia and bronchitis. This all thing is due to the stress hormone, as well as important thing you should need to understand. This all thing is due to the sympathetic nervous system, because the sympathetic nervous system will degrade our body. So here is the model of prevention we will discuss. So that this is the primary universal step, and we will talk about lower to higher. So the no disease when occurs, so the programs triggered to targeted at entire population in order to provide support and education before problems occur, leading to health check. So on the other hand, the next step is the secondary subclinical disease. So in this way, the programs targeted at families in need to alleviate identification problems and prevent escalation, drug treatment, prevention, prevention measure or preventive measure via a vaccination. So the next step is the basically is the crucial for the tertiary. So this is lead to dietary antioxidant providing mechanism and the diagnose the disease. So the diagnose disease through a medicine, diet, exercise, and sleep. On the other hand, the normal balanced life. So they provide the intervention for children experiencing maltreatment and direct survive for children um, and family referral to mental health professionals, treat with diet and treat with medication. So that is important things, and provide antioxidant. On the other hand, there are a lot of medication will be the tertiary step. While if we will know disease, so we will get the we can get the education for prevention of the future disease. On the other hand, this is the aging process will lead to cause the disease. An important thing you should need to understand this the health maintaining physiology through many types of the prevention through medication, diet, exercise, and there are many things for decreasing the stress. So the stress is the major root